Hi there, Simon from simonwood.com. In the pink today. Actually, I'm in the pink, but I may be in the red with some of them. I've got 6 sparkling wines in front of me, and I think most of them are pink. It's hard to tell from some of these bottles. Some of them might be paler, but they all say rosé, or some of them say red on. But I think I better just set in, because none of them is... we've got 6 different regions, not 6 different countries, but 6 different regions represented, and it might take me a while to get me head round it all, as it were. Anyway, first one is Louis Bouillot Rosé Crémant de Bourgogne, non-vintage, Brut, and so, I mean, I think for Crémant de Bourgogne you can use pretty much the champagne grapes. What's it say on here? Subtlety of Pinot Noir, so 100% Pinot Noir. I don't think they have Pinot Meunier in Crémant de Bourgogne, and I think you're allowed Pinot Gris and Pinot Blanc in there, but this one sounds like it's pretty much all Pinot Noir, and rather pretty colour, and if you ever go around looking at the eyes of partridges, this is what they call œil de perdrix in colour, I would say. Slightly fishy. There's a sweet red berry aroma here, so there's strawberries and a bit of apple, but there's also something almost briny, intriguing. Yeah, there's a slightly smoky character in there, and almost like a bit of tannin. I mean, yes, you're going to extract tannin when you extract the colour from the grape skins, but it's quite a chewy wine, and I wouldn't say immensely subtle, but a lot of flavour. And yes, I would say not something that you probably want by itself, but have it with some I would say smoked salmon rather than fresh salmon, and I'm sure that will go down rather nicely. Yeah, reasonable red berries, touch of apple. Okay. Next one, we are in Champagne, the only Champagne here. Champagne Jacquart, and it's their rosé non-vintage. Maybe it's a similar colour, verging on the, I was talking about salmon with the previous one. Yeah, verging on the bit of the salmon pink in there. And not as, doesn't smell like of quite as much, but in it not smelling quite of as muchness. Feels like it's going to be a bit more subtle. And does subtle mean lack of flavour? Let's have a see. Tasty wine. More subtle than the one before, and yeah, maybe not as in your face, but broader, more depths, more different flavours going on there. So you've got the breadiness, you've got the red fruit, the raspberries and the strawberries, and it hangs around a little bit more. I think I don't know what the dosage is in there, whether it's that's giving the richness, but whereas the first one was sort of like bouncy and Tigger-like, this is one that is more quietly confident, and I think we'll still be going strong when the other one has wimped out, but nice wine. Number 3, Chile. Miguel Torres, Santa Digna, that's it, Estelado Rosé. The first sparkling wine made with 100% Pais grapes, Chile's oldest varietal, dating from the 16th century, and made in traditional method and also fair trade. Whoops, I better pour some of that out in the glass first. Now that's much more of a dental water pink. That, you know, I can't remember, you know, that stuff that you rinse your mouth with at the dentist. And I stick my nose in, and it feels smaller. It feels like it's going to have quite a bit of bouncy freshness. It feels like a young, inexperienced wine. It smells like it's going to be okay. Bit of the sherbet, bit of the Alka-Seltzer maybe, and good, but not. Yeah, it feels, not grown-up wine. It's just, I don't know if you remember that drink, Cresta, it's frothy, man. A little bit of that character about it. This sweet, it's like vanilla-tinged raspberry and strawberry foam. It just misses something on the finish. But, okay. Hey, number 4. So we are in Puglia, in Sicily, in Italy now. Mano Spumante Rosa Mano. So Mano is a label that I can't remember how long it's been going now. 15 years, something like that. Set up by a Californian who's called something like Mark Shannon, or I can't remember, something like that. And he was one of the people who, having done Zinfandel in California, went over to Italy and did the same with the Zinfandel that they've got there, Primitivo, same grape. So this one here, it says a cuvee of the local grapes, both white and red. It doesn't say which ones they are, but maybe there's some Primitivo in here. Let's give it a whirl. Have to say, it doesn't smell of all that much. There's a little bit of sherbet, a little bit of Alka-Seltzer in there, but yeah, nothing that makes me think I'm going to really go wow over this. Maybe wrong. Let's have a see. And you come to taste it, and it's quite broad flavours. So there's something peachy in there. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Yeah, peachy and quite exotic. It's one of those that it drinks like a sparkling white wine rather than a sparkling pink. I can't say I get too many of the red fruit characters in there. Maybe there is a little touch of strawberry. Tasty enough, but not it hasn't got the extra mile for me. It's a certainly decent enough drink. Right, wine number 5. So this is Alma 4, Sparkling Bonarda, 2007, from Mendoza in Argentina, and a traditional method, but made as a sparkling red wine from the Santa Rosa vineyards. Yes, it's going to be red. Well, the Australians, for me, were the people who brought sparkling red wine to a wider audience with their sparkling Shiraz. And when it's young, it really is like a beast of a wine, because it's, if you imagine something that's got alcohol, tannin, and bubbles, it just goes rah. And to soften the tannin, you have to have quite a bit of sugar in there to balance it out. And when they're young, they're almost too much. Give them time, and they turn into extremely interesting wines. Here, so it's 2007. It's coming up for its 6th birthday, and it feels like it's mellowed nicely. There's a slightly smoky hint, and I'm just wondering whether there is something I get. A slight glue-like character, and I'm not sure whether that's to do with the cork or whether it's to do with the wine. But anyway, let's taste it. There's a smoky, meaty character there. But there's also this slightly, this strange. I was talking about a gluey aroma. I get something that's seems to be taking some of the pleasure off the fruit. It's and I don't know whether it's that the bubbles as it calms down and the bubbles subside, whether more of the actual fruit flavours of the wine will come through. It's this difficult thing if you're doing a sparkling red wine. Is it all about the way in which the wine has been made, or is it about the quality of the base wine in the first place? Ideally, it should be a combination of the both, but sometimes the bubbles take away from the quality of the base wine or mask the quality of the base wine. Sometimes the it feels like a wine that doesn't quite know what it wants to be. I find it interesting, but it's the sort of wine that, there are some wines you want everyone to share just a bottle between two of you, and there are other wines that you want to think, right, okay, I want to try this with like 10 other people. This is more for me. I want to try it with 10 other people rather than hog it for myself. It's good, but ... Final wine. Actually, before the final wine, I'm going to give my glass a rinse, because I wasn't sure where to put this final wine. It's the lowest in alcohol, 5.5%, but it's also going to be the sweetest. So it was a bit of a toss-up. So it's Innocent Bystander, Moscato 2012 from Victoria, so Innocent Bystander is a label from the Giant Steps winery, which is based in Yarra Valley, but this wine actually comes from, what did it say? Made from Gordeau and Black Muscat from Old Vine Muscat Vineyard, situated along the Victoria's Murray River. And it comes with a screw cap, so might as well open it, give it a whirl. Rose petals, grapes, bouncy, friendly, happy, juicy, shiny, happy wine coming out of the glass to greet you. I tasted the what was it? Wirra Wirra's Mrs. Wiggly a few months ago, and I compared it with this, and I said that I preferred this, and on the strength of this, I think I was right. Yeah, it's all about juicy, lovely, open, grapey freshness. Come here, breakfast wine, blah blah blah. Bring me a plate of strawberries, and I'll get maybe some chocolate to dip them in, and I'll sit there and happily. I mean, that's a half litre bottle, but it's it's a half bottle, 5.5%. You can polish that off at 11s with whatever you want. I mean, pack of minstrels or whatever. No, I'm not trying to encourage you to drink entire wines, bottles of wine by yourself. But if I were, that would be the sort of thing that I'd love to sit there and guzzle myself. Almost like you want to straw in it, but. Pretty colour, lovely package, really nice wine, and probably that and the Jacquart are my favourite of these of this sextet. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and go out and enjoy some of these wines. See you soon.